What's going on, guys? In this video, I'll be reviewing something I never thought would exist. A Johnny 5 action figure. It is so great that I consider it close to, or if not, an actual side-by-side NECA action figure. Meaning, I could display it with my NECA action figures and feel like I have a Johnny 5 NECA Toys action figure. First of all, I never thought they would make an action figure of him, let alone something that would be comparable to the size of NECA action figures. As you can tell here, I have the Dark Turtle from NECA Toys, Grandpa Munster from NECA Toys, and Herman Munster from NECA Toys, right next to Johnny 5, right, that I bought on Amazon and built, right, and it looks exactly like it belongs there. In the end of this video, I'm going to show you him with my entire Secret of the Ooze set from NECA, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Secret of the Ooze set from NECA, and you'll see how great he actually sits with NECA figures. Now, if there's one figure I could ever ask NECA Toys for, it would be a Johnny 5 action figure. But this company here that made this figure and made it available on Amazon is amazing. I cannot believe this thing exists, and it is great. I honestly feel like I have a NECA Toys, which I know I don't want NECA to get the wrong idea or whatever, but I feel like I have a NECA Toys Johnny 5. Hopefully they still release one, but until then, I have one that I could display with my other NECA figures, and I feel like it's perfect scale size to NECA figures, and I am so happy about that. Alright guys, let me move these guys out of the way. Right? Now, here's the front of him, right? Check this out. Okay? Here's the side of him. Here's the back of him. Here's the other side of him, all from a distance. Now, let's take a closer look at him, okay? And I'll tell you what I love about him and why this is such a great figure. Here we go. Here we are with something that I never thought I'd see in my lifetime. This is a Johnny 5 action figure. Now, quick disclaimer, here's the front of him. Here's the side of him. Here's the back of him. Here's the other side of him. And here's the front of him again. Now, mind you, this thing is built out of something like Legos, right? I get it. Now, when I bought this thing, I knew that. But I started to think, when I saw the sizes about 7 inches, I said, I wonder how this would look next to my NECA Toys action figures. Now, if there's one figure I could ever ask for from NECA Toys, it would be a Johnny 5 action figure. Now, I can tell you, I put this guy next to my Secret of the Ooze Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action figure set, and I can tell you it's absolutely perfect scale for those figures. It looks exactly like it belongs there. It's amazing how well this figure sizes up with NECA Toys action figures, and this is just a dream come true. If I could ask for, now I would love to have one like a 12-inch one, right, that like matches like the part 2 of the movie in the beginning when he's making the robots. Yeah, that's cool and all, but I collect NECA Toys figures. And I have like, say I have all the horror figures. I have so many movie figures from it. I have Alf, I have Back to the Future, I have blah, 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 right? But I don't have a Johnny 5 action figure. And let me tell you, after building this thing, I can honestly say when I put him in the collection, he stands proudly as being what I consider a NECA Toys Johnny 5. I know that sounds crazy, and I hope NECA still makes a Johnny 5. And I'll buy him, for sure, without a doubt. 12-inch and 7-inch scale figures. I'll buy both of them, no problem. But until then, and even after then, this thing is stunning. It even has the back wheel here. It has the gun on the shoulder. It has, I mean, this thing is amazing. So quickly, I bought this thing on Amazon, right? So I bought this thing on Amazon. It came in this box. Now, is it made by Bing Bricks? I'm not too sure, right? It seems like many people sell this thing. I'm not sure who makes it or what, you know what I'm saying? What's going on there, but here's the back of the box, side of the box, front of the box, other side of the box, blah, blah, blah. Bing Bricks, right? I don't know. But in any event, here he is, and when I bought it, I said, let me see, you know what, let me take the time to build this thing, and let me see if it even scales up to NECA action figures, because I would love to have a Johnny 5 action figure. And what did it do? It exceeded my expectations. So real quick, this did take me, I would say, about an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes to build. Now, I truly don't think that's bad at all. And the directions were on point and amazing. I had no problem following the directions. I don't know if I started to think maybe I'm like a master builder, because I just had no problem with, like, maybe I'm a genius. No, I'm just joking, but I'm just saying, because you read reviews on it and people are like, oh, this is very hard to build, and I'm like, what the hell? I just, you know, I quickly built it. In any event, let me quickly show you that the arms move up and down. Amazing. Look, they could even go different sides, right? Now, also, he moves up and down like that. Like, his waist goes, like, down, but then you can raise his head, right? Which gives you that Johnny 5 look, even when... I wish his arms were a little tighter, which I think if you squeeze them together they are. But in any event, like, you can lower him, right, and then raise his head, and he does like that kind of like that Johnny 5 thing where, or you could push him back and then lower his head, and he does that Johnny 5 thing. Like, for instance, like from the side, a better way to show this is kind of like that. And then that, see how that whole Johnny 5 thing, like in the movie, you know how he like does that? I don't know, but I'm a huge fan of this guy, of Johnny 5 in general. And just, it's truly a dream to own a figure of him. Yeah, I'm super happy with him, and again, the wheel even turns side to side. Sorry, actually the wheel came off right there. But either way, this is just an amazing figure. Just amazing. I totally recommend this guy. He is awesome. His eyebrows move, everything. Oh God. He comes apart, but don't let that stop you from buying this thing. Especially being that there's no other figure that's even comparable to NECA on the market. I mean, in any event, I think it's like NECA quality. Alright guys, that's my review of this figure. I totally recommend it. Peace. Alright guys, so real quick, I know this is like, you know, this is just an addition to that video. As you could tell, I mean, look, this is him with all my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Secret of the Ooze action figures from NECA Toys. And I feel like he just scales so well with them. Mind you, when Johnny 5 stands up, he's gigantic. You know? Like, in the movie. Like when he fully extends, which I guess right there he's kind of fully extended, right? I mean, he's literally the correct scale. I feel like he's exactly the scale he would be. Like if NECA Toys made a 7-inch version of him, this would be it. Honestly, until NECA makes now here's him bent. This, I love that we could do this, right? Here's like that bent version of him, like you see like in the movie that he does, you know? I love Johnny 5. So for me, it's just like, I mean, do you see how well he scales here? It's amazing. You know, like, hang on a second. So like here's him next to RoboCop, right? Like, he totally is the correct scale. It's exactly like, I understand these are Legos, but once you build this thing, or not Legos, but like snap together bricks, whatever. Once you build this thing, it's so accurate. It's amazing. It's literally to me a NECA Johnny 5. I know that's crazy, and that's what I'm putting in the description of this video, because as a fan of Johnny 5 and the fact that NECA has not released a Johnny 5 yet, I mean, hopefully this brings some attention to it, or hopefully you guys that like Johnny 5 as well and wish you had an action figure, well, now you can see that this guy he's the one, man. He's the one. Pick this up on Amazon, under $20. And I forgot to mention, I think I mentioned it earlier, I don't know. Took me about an hour and a half to build. Well worth my time. I'm so ecstatic about this thing. I love it. Peace, guys. That's my review of this figure. Alright, yo. Subscribe to me channel. Follow me on Instagram, on Twitter. Like, leave a comment. Follow me on social media. Louis 6 Cards.